Hi, I'm Kaylee Beecham reporting for Grady News Source from SEC Media Days in Hoover, Alabama, where this morning we kick things off with SEC Commissioner Mike Slive giving his annual brag bag, where he reminded the media that the SEC has won its 7th straight national championship and that Johnny Manziel won the Heisman. He then went on to address the issues that happened on and off the field this past season, including social media, which actually became a hot topic throughout the day.
The First Amendment is alive and well in the Southeastern Conference. Thank you.
We had a couple of guys put some crap out there a couple of years ago. They're not with us anymore. But so we banned the Twitter back then.
For some people, it's a big deal if I follow them back on Twitter or reply to them or like their picture or add them as a friend.
In Slive's opening statements this morning, he also discussed injuries throughout college football. Missouri is one team that struggled with several injuries in 2012, resulting in a rough first season in the SEC, which many think has landed Coach Pinkel in the hot seat.
I wanted to make sure that my shoulder was healthy enough so that I could play the next game or the next week or potentially if I had to sit out the rest of the year, then the next year.
And, for all the coaches, I mean, I'm not going to speculate on whether he's on the hot seat or not, but I mean, as players, we have a sense of urgency to win every game.
Another injury in question today was a neck injury suffered by South Carolina's Jadeveon Clowney during spring practice. But after the hit heard around the world, Clowney in general was a hot topic throughout the day.
I was amazed by it for the first month, and then I was like, God, they're still showing it. Like, it's going getting wild now. Like, and everybody found out who I was about that hit. So it was great, though, to me.
That hit versus, I don't know who he was playing, but he knocked that dude out in the bowl game.
He played, but I heard it, and I jumped back when I heard it. And I saw it on the big screen. I was like, man, that's an amazing play. He's a great guy. He looks to make plays like that, and that's what makes him a great player.
As expected, Spurrier had tons of great things to say about Clowney in the upcoming season.
I can run a 4.5. I kept telling people, like, I'm going to get back down to a 4.4 sooner or later. Like, just keep working at it. Like, I kept getting a 4.5. Like, man, I'm tired of that 4.5 popping up there. It's time to get a 4.4 again. And the night before, I told my roommate, it was like 1 o'clock. We was playing a game. I was like, tomorrow, man, I'm going to run a 4.4, man. I don't care. I'm just going to run a 4.4.
Story, but I saw the 40, and it was blazing fast for a big guy like him.
Jadeveon is very disruptive for anybody's offense.
I've got to show out this year to stay on top, so I'm just going to give the people what they want. Just try to show out again this year.
The SEC released part of its TV schedule this morning, including the Week 2 kickoff between UGA and South Carolina, which will be a 4:30 kickoff on ESPN. The following week, the rematch between Alabama and Texas A&M will kick off at 3:30 on CBS, followed by Ole Miss at Texas on the Longhorn Network at 8 p.m. Ole Miss pulled a strong recruiting class this offseason, which sparked some rumors, which Coach Freeze addressed this afternoon.
I don't know why that is. I mean, it does get frustrating because even now, as soon as we get a commitment right now for the next class, the first tweet I get is that there had to be something wrong, So I don't know. It is frustrating, but I know this. Our compliance and legal representation is investigating every single complaint that comes our way. And if there was something that was done wrong, we will find it and we will report it. And
one of these recruits is Georgia native Robert Kondichi, who Ole Miss players say looks strong through summer practice.
Especially Robert Kondichi, who is a freak of a player. He was a great player. To be honest, he's very humble and he knows that he can do better and get better. So he's working hard also.
Ole Miss, Florida, and South Carolina all discussed in depth their goal to reach the SEC championship game at the end of the season.
I think every team should talk about Atlanta. You're sitting in there and you're making your goals, and Atlanta should be a goal of every team in here. So, yeah, of course we talk about it.
Our goal is to win an SEC. We've never done it in school history.
South Carolina players also had a lot to say about their game against LSU last season.
8 o'clock at night, and the fans are going crazy. And it's so loud, like I can barely see the signals. My eyes vibrating. It's very extreme. It's the worst place I ever played at.
Check in with us again tomorrow to see what Heisman winner Johnny Manziel has to say and to catch up with 3 of Georgia's 2013 opponents. In Hoover, Alabama, I'm Kaylee Beecham, Grady News Source.